Just need a little bit more enthusiasm this time around.
I'm going to be Richard Simmons enthusiastic. How about that?
Ted Cruz suggests America will use El Chapo's fortune to build the wall.
That is it's not a bad. I mean, if you think about where he got all the money,
Yeah,
from crossing the border and coming into America and selling drugs. So there's that. Although it's like never. I mean, it's not going to happen. But
the link to the episode is just me looking down at my phone. Great.
oh shit. I don't know. I don't know when it does that.
That's fine. It's not unflattering. It's just kind of goofy.
Hate this damn
bill requiring women to register for the draft passed Senate.
What?
That's a bill requiring women to register for the draft passes the Senate.
When are we going to have another draft?
Well, see how much shit we can stir up in Syria, eh?
See how many nuclear bombs are detonated.
Huh?
All right. I'm gonna start this.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Mercury's Cast. I am your host, Travis Montgomery. Today we are joined by Kurt, Richard Haskell, and Tim to come shortly on in a little bit for some colorful characteristics that he will bring to the table. But joined mostly always, Alex F.U., Alexander, my buddy. How are you doing today?
Splendid.
Splendid. You're a little tired. I know that. Work schedule's kind of getting to you a little bit.
Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly. Kurt, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty well, except for this power outage at our house that we've had for about an hour. Besides that, good.
No, when we last spoke, you said that you were maybe involved in a case. Anything that you care to share with us, or is that mum's the word right now?
Involved in a case, lawsuit?
Yeah. You were helping somebody out?
Yeah, it's not any kind of any big deal of a case. It's just a social security case is all. Nothing very exciting.
Huh.
My socialist retirement plan, right?
So yeah, I'm just helping out a friend get Social Security early.
So I noticed that you just posted a picture on Facebook that you are now celebrating your 3rd anniversary being out of the United States. How does that feel?
Yeah, actually, 3 years ago tonight, April 26th, was my last night in the U.S. I was in Laredo, Texas, in a hotel. So
does that
that's pretty exciting.
Does Laredo really fall in the U.S.?
Yeah, barely falls in the U.S., but yeah. No, it's pretty exciting, really. You know, to cross over into Mexico and look back at the U.S., and I haven't been back at all. So I've been out 3 years.
But you guys drove down there.
It's pretty exciting. Yeah, I drove. Lori flew down a couple weeks later. I drove down with 2 friends.
Good man.
So,
and good.
It's pretty exciting, really.
For those friends. So did you have to drive through like crazy border towns and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Juarez like right there?
It's what right there?
Juarez?
Oh no, that's on the other side. That's over by San Diego, I think. No, we went through Nuevo Laredo, which is a dangerous town. right on the border. Actually, about 2 weeks after we went through there, they one of the cartels released a video of 6 people hanging from a bridge in Nuevo Laredo.
I remember that.
Yeah, is that the ones they had?
By nooses.
Oh, I know. I saw a photo floating around of a dude hanging from his leg that they didn't cut off from some chains. They had him chained up. One of their legs cut off, and then the other one they were chained up by the leg. You know.
And it always strikes me like when we see those images and it's happening right there, but yet we'll go across the world to fight people that are beheading people, but yet it's happening right in Mexico all the time.
Yeah.
And we don't care.
Right on the border, and nobody cares.
I've always found that a little bit goofy as well. That we'll intervene in the Middle East now for a majority of my life, and you've got stuff that's going on, you know, where we could feasibly, like, we've got military bases in Texas. We could feasibly launch military intervention on foot and just march across the border, but
Right.
that's not going to happen. Because that's not really where the interest is. That we play world police as a humanitarian thing, but it's really not about effort. There's always other reasons, other motivations.
Exactly. Oil.
Yeah, well,
There's no poppy fields in Mexico.
There's no humanitarian oil or poppy field workers. That, you know, we can't go in and help those oil workers and those poppy workers. We can't go in and help them with freedom. So,
And I think a lot, and maybe if you look at the CIA and Operation Watchtower and Fast and Furious, maybe they don't want that shit to stop. But anyways, don't want to get too far off track here. Alex, what's new and exciting with you? Anything going on, brother?
I think that question's it seems a little bit loaded there. Sounds a bit like a loaded question.
I mean, you can just say no. Everything is par for the course.
Everything's fairly par for the course. Before we get off of Kurt, I do have a question.
Uh-huh.
I was tossing this around while we were getting ready to start up the show, and I was curious as to whether maybe us Americans are brainwashed and North Korea is really the freest country in the world. So maybe North Korea is like the good guys and we're just the ones brainwashed by our government into thinking that they're just crazy.
You're definitely brainwashed in the U.S., no doubt. I don't know about North Korea being the good guys, though.
I still have yet to perfect my fluoride stare.
Fluoride stare.
I don't drink really tap water.
I think people in the U.S. are the most brainwashed out of any country. It's kind of a closed environment where you all only get your news from within the U.S. news organization.
I feel like that's a bit of a generalization.
You don't really have any outside news channels coming in where you watch news of other countries. Actually, Americans, I don't even think they would if there were news channels from other countries. When you get outside of the U.S., you have all different kinds of news.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got the quality reporting of the Grani ad.
All it is there is 24/7, 365 brainwashing. I don't think you guys really get any news, any actual real news.
We definitely have access to it. It's whether it's shoved in our faces or not. I think most of us here, at least those with journalistic pursuits, we know how to cross-reference data. So I try not to take any of the news here seriously, but to say the most brainwashed, I don't know about that. I think brainwashing and patriotism run hand in hand. Are we the most patriotic nation? That's hard to say, but I think those two things And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, but I definitely see patriotism, national patriotism and
Not across the board like you do in
statist.
Brazil or, I mean, even North Korea for that. They're probably the extreme.
Yeah.
So that's what I
agree.
would say quantifies brainwashing, though.
Yeah, I think every country is patriotic to some extent, maybe more so than the U.S.
Well, I think that there though shows how patriotic you are has direct correlations to how brainwashed you are to a certain extent, because the more patriotic you are, the more willing you are to go provide freedom to poppy farmers.
That's probably true.
It's easier to justify military intervention, and it's easier to justify state-ran socialist savings programs with minimal likelihood of reimbursement for people such as myself, if you know what I'm talking about. That'd be a Social Security. It's easier to justify all sorts of these really stupid actions if you're brainwashed. If you drink that ultra special red, white, and blue Kool-Aid, which I think is now the new Mountain Dew. Talk about a tech talk segment. They've got the flavor of Mountain Dew, and that's three flavors of red, white, and blue Mountain Dew. And if there ever was a patriotic Kool-Aid to be drank, that'd be it.
That sounds like a conspiracy, my friend.
Maybe.
Are there
I've
new
watched Mountain Dew.
New colored Mountain Dews?
Yeah, they got a new color.
They've had the white. They've had the white out, and they've had the code red for years now, and they've got the voltage, which is the blue one.
Okay.
So they mixed all three.
Here we only have the original, and that is not easy to get either. It's only available in one store in this whole area.
Probably expensive too.
It's about 90 cents a can.
Huh. Coca-Cola though. That shit's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's everywhere, yeah.
Well, as for me, I went and saw Kevin Smith, an evening with Kevin Smith out here. He came to Bakersfield. That was pretty fun at the Fox Theater. Looks like there's a lot of history there. Tomorrow, I'm going to go see Joey Diaz at the Temblor Brewing Company. It's like 10 minutes from our house. It's pretty cool. So that's what's new and exciting with me. Joey Diaz is a really funny comedian. Kevin Smith is a filmmaker.
Yep, fantastic director.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun. You get to see some. I got to hear a bunch of stories working with a lot of people don't know this, and I might be a little wrong here, but Ben Affleck kind of got his start doing Kevin Smith films. He was in Mallrats, and Mallrats was like one of the first ones before he did Good Will Hunting and stuff like that. But anyways, that's what's new and exciting with me.
Oh, I got one. This one's for Kurt. If I didn't just lose my train of thought here. Come on. I just had it too. It was a good one.
It wasn't spiders and
No, it was definitely political based. Oh, what's your thought of the French elections right now?
Oh.
Nationalism versus globalism.
Yeah. Right. Can you trust Le Pen, though, after Trump?
Yeah, that's...
I think it's all just another big setup. You have all these false flags going on all over France, and those just help Le Pen. So do the elites really want Le Pen in? I don't know. I don't trust her. I mean, it would be very interesting if she got in and blew up the Eurozone. I just don't believe we're going to see it. Yeah, even if she gets in, I just don't believe we're going to see it.
I don't know though. I've seen a lot more action from European politicians than American politicians. Look at Brexit. Nobody thought that would happen.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I
if
guess we'll have to wait and see. It's not very trustworthy after what Trump did or is doing.
Well, I think it's almost unfair to judge her based on Trump, though, because Trump was clearly an illiterate to of us. To think that he would do half the shit he said would have been. I don't know what your political stance was, but my take during the entire election was Trump isn't going to do anything he says he's going to do because he doesn't know how he can do any of the stuff he says he's going to do. He's not particularly bright, at least in a political sense. He runs a business. He doesn't run a government. However, take what's going on in Europe. They've got a history right now of radicalization on a national level. Nationalism taking over in these nations that have had their. I'm not a fan of nationalism personally, but globalism, I could call that a lesser evil. And what they're doing is they're reclaiming their independence from the EU, trying to gain some semblance of what their culture is.
Right, I'm all for that. I just don't know that we'll see it, even if Le Pen gets in.
So, Kurt,
I just don't believe it. Yeah.
Is she better than the opposition? Is she better than her opponent, though?
Is she better than her opponent? Well, she's not worse. Her opponent is entrenched with the bankers, so that would be a horrible choice.
You talking about the Swiss bankers?
No, I think isn't he former Goldman Sachs? Macron? Yeah. He has some big ties to Goldman Sachs.
Huh.
I'd have to look up exactly, but he
the Swiss bankers.
He would be a very bad choice. Very bad choice. So she's not worse. The question is, will she do what she says she's going to do, or is she a sellout too? I don't know at this point. It'd be very interesting, though, I think, if she got in and took France out of the Eurozone. Then it would probably fall apart completely, I would think.
Yeah, the EU might still fall apart because of England leaving. But you got to there might be some false flag events going on in Europe, but there is no denying that they're having an immigration problem with Muslims who are causing some problems for the countries. That part is.
No doubt. There's no doubt about that.
Did you see the?
But they are.
Do you see that Sweden's become the rape capital of the world now?
Yeah.
At least the rape capital of Europe. Yeah.
It's just there's so many different instances where it's just part of their culture, and they're not trying to adopt anyone else's culture. But anyways, we're gonna get to more of that.
Hey guys, give me 1 minute. Our power just came on. I want to put the lights on.
Okay, and that's perfect segment because Timmy is here.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, my friend.
Sorry.
Who I'm gonna see in about a month.
I apologize for being on CPT.
Okay, cool.
Time.
See a little bit better anyway.
Hey, that was fine. That was a perfect segue because our buddy Tim just joined. Kurt, meet Tim. Tim, meet Kurt.
Hey, what's up, Kurt, man? Can you hear me?
I can
hear me.
We just had somebody else join our call. His name's Tim.
Okay.
I thought his legal name was OG Tim.
OG Tim. Well, there's two Tims that come on the that come on the show.
My actual birth certificate reads Bushido McGee, but yes, OG Tim, I am also known as, is one of my AKAs in the streets.
I'm actually known as Alexander Fuck You, aka also known as Foo.
The Foo.
It's got the redundant aka also known as. Just,
Yes.
just for your FYI.
Is that what that stands for?
Yes.
I thought it was just a short way of saying alias.
Shit. All right, give me a recap. What'd I miss?
No, we just did some introductions and we're talking shit about France.
And Korea and the US.
Tim, what's
lovely.
so exciting with you so we can move on to Tech Talk?
Not much, man. Every day is pretty much, a shining star. I just, get up and go. Work is work, and I'm excited to be alive in these times, though. You mentioned Korea and stuff, and yeah, man, we got front row seats to this shit. This is gonna be amazing.
I don't know about that, but amazing as in who knows.
Yeah.
We're gonna break it all down. We have a couple retractions from last week's Tech Talk, which kind of went over like Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, it was about as well. I'm trying to think of a really, really good way of putting that. It was a squib, to say the least. So let's just get this out of the way. Cover up all the embarrassment here. Graphene, it is conductive both in heat and electrical conductivity. It is not heat resistant. In fact, it is the opposite. It is more conductive than gold in both thermal and electrical conductivity. I did a lot more reading up on it after the episode, and I was just cringing the entire time. The other thing is cost. It costs more than gold. The cost, it's got double the cost of gold. So it's maybe not the most affordable alternative, but it is more durable. So there's that.
And when we use gold, we use gold as conductors in cell phones or computers or something like that.
Yeah, we're already using that where they're suggesting we'd use graphene. So let's just that's now that's over with. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Check your sources next time, buddy.
You can't hit a home run every time, all right?
You know what?
I'm just fucking with you.
It takes a real man to admit mistakes.
This is true.
Sorry, trans community. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, man.
So, and what we'll post it on Mercury's Cast on Twitter and Facebook. It hasn't been posted yet. No, it hasn't. So, researchers have, Researchers have created a lamb.
Daytona, California.
Not created a lamb. It's been artificially grown inside of a plastic womb, if you would. This is a major medical breakthrough. They took it from a mom. They kind of put it in this environment in a lab, and they were able to grow the lamb all the way up to the point where it was a baby. It had hair, and they're saying that this could be used for fetuses that could be possibly prematurely born, or if they are, because the first time they take in a breath of air, their lungs stop developing, and now they're going to have artificial wombs to grow things in, which is kind of cool and also a little bit creepy. Kurt, do you have anything to add to that?
It's kind of cool because maybe they could bring back some extinct species then.
Unlikely.
Jurassic Park life?
Yeah, no. You want to get into tech talk on that? Just a heads up. DNA will not last. DNA is no longer useful after a few hundred years, let alone a few 100,000 of them.
What if it was in honey? Because honey is still good
No,
after 3,000 years.
It doesn't. The actual enzymes that the acids that make up DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Those acid bonds break apart over hundreds of years and become no longer feasible, regardless of how they're preserved.
What if it was frozen?
Frozen, maybe. Like, I'm not sure about that, but I'm fairly certain that they've not found any
Cryogenic freezing would probably preserve something. No, they put semen on ice.
They put
Yeah, but
Disney.
I don't think that's.
Whoa!
No,
I
they
just thought of something. They froze Walt Disney, and then they had Disney on Ice. Fucking trip out on that.
Disney on ice. From semen on ice to Disney on ice.
Well, let's just put it this way. It is unlikely that we would ever be able to bring dinosaurs back. The reason we might be able to bring mammoths back is that mammoths have been alive at least with... I need to look up the numbers on it, but...
So basically, we
dinosaurs are never
could
coming back.
probably bring back the dodo bird.
Sweet. That's all that really matters.
My mom used to call me a dodo bird.
He's still our buddy.
It's unfortunate. Think about this, though. Imagine historically, the only thing you're remembered for is not staying alive when there are thousands of other extinct, critters out there. You're the one that's stupid because you went extinct. Nobody thinks of the T-Rex as stupid. Well, I mean, tiny arms, but nobody thinks of the T-Rex as phenomenally stupid. Nobody thinks of the woolly mammoth as stupid, but everyone thinks of the dodo bird as stupid.
Crocodiles are dumb as shit.
They are.
Crocodiles are not dumb at all.
They make good nuggets, though. Make real good nuggets.
You stop that right now.
You've had croc nuggets and not told me?
They're yummy.
God damn it. Damn it. Dodo birds are actually...
I'm going to disconnect and reconnect.
Well.
Okay, Kurt, if you need an invite, just shoot me a message.
Like a
Okay, I'm going to try my regular internet.
Okay. Kurt might be having some technical difficulties. If you would stand by. So let's give Kurt 5 minutes. Let's shoot some shit against the wall and then make a finger painting with it.
Good idea.
I'm trying to see about that dodo delicatessen, though.
Dodo delicatessen.
Dude, they should farm dodo birds, and we should open up a restaurant, and we could have a couple dishes, and it's going to be fucking fantastic.
You just bring back dodos only to harvest them for like fucking mass fucking what for a restaurant chain? Like damn.
I took an alpha brain before the podcast. Please forgive me.
Are you like asking for forgiveness after the fact?
Don't judge me.
All right.
Don't judge me. I have the best judges. Judge Corson. Phenomenal guy.
Has anyone else looked at this, like the phenomenal, parallels between Kim Jong's hair and Trump's hair?
Well, I think
do not.
Is rear.
Do not compare. No, Kim's hair is beautiful.
Kim's hair is beautiful, but Trump's is not. Is that what it is?
Dude, you see that fade
It's
though?
thick.
That high fade?
It's thick. It's succulent, and it's clean as fuck.
That fade, they did that
It is
shit
clean.
with a blowtorch and an axe.
Trump looks frumpy.
Frumpy. He's got the frumpy flop on his head.
Please
No.
stop talking about my hair.
Please stop talking about my hair. No, actually, Kim Jong's. I think it's more reminiscent of Guile from Street Fighter. He probably could cut you with that shit.
Maybe. What if he has like sentient control over each and every lock, and like he can? Oh, we're getting into. Once again, what if we really are the bad guys here, though? We'd be going up against that hair, that magnificent.
Holy
hair.
shit! Holy shit.
And he's
go.
back. Kurt, you're muted. I can't unmute you. It's on your side.
Go against his head.
You know, the day destroys the night. Night divides
Yes.
the day. Try to run. Try
Okay.
to hide.
Please don't do
Run
that.
away from our glorious leader's hair.
So, let's reflect on what's happened in the past 2 weeks on Trump slinging some dick out in the Middle East. He dropped the mother of all bombs in Afghanistan.
The bomb community is still mourning the loss of their mother, I might add.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Damn.
How do
I see what you did there, but it was quick. It was a quickie quip.
Muy
You're
importante.
still muted, Kurt. I can't get you.
The mother of all bombs.
Yeah.
For what though?
Which,
What is he projecting with this move in the world as it relates to the social? And it's like, oh, he's swinging his big dick. He's dropping his dick on the desk. Here's my balls. I'm doing it. But is that who you're picking on to start with?
So why ISIS is in Afghanistan, anyways, is kind of beyond me, because it wasn't Al Qaeda that we were supposed to go after in Afghanistan, or did we leave Afghanistan and we just created another vacuum for them to come in? Anyways, there was a vast tunnel system, which I found pictures of on non-U.S. media outlets. So hopefully that's not something that they're trying to hide from us, or that they're there's a lot of we're kind of isolated, and we only can see what our medias tell us.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, when you say they, who exactly? Okay, go ahead.
And so there's this elaborate underground tunnel system, and so we pretty much dropped a bomb. This bomb doesn't hit the ground; it explodes.
it's an airburst.
Some 100 feet up off the air or something like that. And what it does is it pressurizes down, and then boom, and it has like an explode radius of about a mile of a radius.
That's on bombs of that size. That's what they do. They do the explosion at any altitude above the actual point, and it creates a shockwave. They're using the shockwave to blow shit up. It's not about the explosion. And most explosives, it's either frag that does the damage or the shockwave that does the damage, not the explosion.
Man, I would probably be Demo if I was in the army, though. That shit's beautiful. Not, don't take that the wrong way, but yeah. That's crazy. Vibration, just vibration alone. That's nuts.
Well, I think you'd love the Rods of God, the old space program, big telephone pole-sized tungsten rods launched from space. But go to Texas. Go to Texas and go hunt some hogs down there with some tannerite, some wild boars. You still get that explosive joy because you're shooting tannerite and that stuff explodes pretty good.
Pretty huge.
Huge.
All right, I'll take your word.
Just blow up a big cache of tannerite with boar bait. Those things. You guys see the video of that? Someone posted a video.
No, I haven't seen it.
Like it was like 20 boars congregating around this big thing of tannerite, and they shot it from a distance, and all you see is just fucking boars flying in the air.
Boar bits. Yep. Boar bits.
Boars, soaring boars.
Yep. When boars fly.
Boars are soaring. Soaring to the boars. The boars soared. There were soaring boars. Sort.
But what do you
little bit.
think? What do you? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna cover a little bit more in tech. Corning is doing some pretty cool stuff with glass. They've got some videos out on YouTube right now. So if anyone wants to look those up in their free time, I'd suggest it. Just some new developments in glass, flexible glass, new version of Gorilla Glass, its potential applications, just good stuff.
Is that from the same company that makes Gorilla Glue and Gorilla Tape?
No.
Hey,
What about
they
what
make
about
quality
Gorilla
products? Damn it! They make quality products.
They do make Dutch Masters cigarillo wraps. They do make those.
What? No, they
Just
don't.
kidding. Just kidding.
Kurt, you're on, buddy.
They hate
Okay, good. Cool. I switched
And we're back with
mics.
Kurt.
And it wasn't working, I guess.
So, Kurt, real quick, do you
Yeah.
believe that there were underground tunnels in Afghanistan that they dropped the mother of all bombs on?
No, not at
Dear
all.
my friend.
You don't
It's
believe
all
that?
bullshit. No. Just a show
I
of
saw
force.
the-
They dropped
I saw
the
pictures
bomb
on
out in the middle
Telegram,
of nowhere.
which is a.
To say that, hey, we have this kind of bomb. That's all.
it's
Yeah,
just a
I
big-
think no. Oh, go ahead, Travis.
It's all bullshit. Since when is ISIS in Afghanistan? Give me a break. We haven't heard about Afghanistan in 5 years. It's all bullshit.
Huh.
Well, I mean,
This one.
you're
And
forgetting.
then,
You're forgetting
right after,
No, what
right
about
after
the
bomb
narrative,
is
though?
dropped, they know the exact amount of people that died. I mean, come on. They can tell you that they were all from ISIS. I mean, come on. Not one civilian died.
No,
And
ISIS is there. ISIS is there in those tunnels, and we needed to provide poppy farmers with freedom. Stop
There
messing
you
up
go.
the narrative.
Yeah. A couple hours later, they told you there was 36 exactly dead, all ISIS. Give me a break. Then a couple days later, it changed to 120. Then it changed to 98, and there was some Pakistanis that were dead. I mean, come on.
What the fuck
Oh,
were
boy.
Pakistanis doing in Afghan soil?
Guarding ISIS is the story that I read in the tunnel. Guarding ISIS. Give me a break. Almost everything from the U.S. military and media right now is a lie. It's complete garbage.
So you're saying that 30-ton bomb was really just a big dick slapping out on a table?
Yep.
I
That's
believe
it.
that.
They dropped it in the middle of
Yeah, I
nowhere,
believe
so it
that.
hit nothing.
Just a big old.
Nothing.
No. You know what? They have to have some kind of way of justifying it. But the thing is it really justifiable to begin with? That's what that was.
It's just like
It is
it's just like the missile they shot off this morning, just to show that they have it.
we
The
delivered.
ICB.
Hey,
We delivered.
It's just a ballistics test. I don't put on a condom unless I'm gonna put my. All right, listen. Look, what's happening? I think Trump has to exert some power, but at the same time, this is the wrong way of doing it. And the thing is, whatever Korea's got planned, I don't know. But the thing is, what it's gonna trigger if we're gonna let Trump handle it the way he's been handling things so far, and the way I've been guessing he would. It's gonna probably be an accelerant to the situation than more of some kind of
What Trump's claiming is that he's leaving it up to the military to do their job, is what he said. Which their job is to blow shit up, so they're gonna blow some shit up.
Okay. We're America.
And you're massively underestimating the power of a 30-ton explosive blast and how much freedom it can provide those poppy farmers.
Maybe they're getting ready to build a whole other poppy field, and that's why they did it.
This North Korea crap.
Oh, Jesus.
This North Korea crap started right after Russia and China said they're doing all created $9. It's about preserving the petrodollar.
Well,
U.S.
wasn't
wants to move into North Korea to put all their weapons right there near China and Russia. That's what it's about. And then they're going to start war with Russia.
Wasn't Gaddafi proposing to change the currency of Africa to gold-based currency?
Yep, and that's why he got killed.
Oh my
That's why he
God.
got
Back
anally
dinar.
assassinated.
Yep.
Just to bring,
And this is the same thing, but it's with Russia and China.
So let's switch gears to North
They were
Korea now
crushed.
since you brought it up. And just to give a little history for the people who might not know, who might be listening, a recent unconfirmed test with an explosive yield between 10 and 30 kilotons, which would be their strongest ever. In past years, they've done tests in 2006, 2009, 2013, and then now 2016. All the confirmed tests, all getting stronger. The claimed now they're claiming that they've detonated a hydrogen bomb, which would be the combining of atoms as opposed to an atom bomb, which is the splitting of atoms. And even if they have this kind of device, they still need a missile that would be able to deliver it to.
Do you think those were fake missiles?
I don't think so, because they were saying that they're confirmed. I didn't see it myself. They now have 3 Americans in being held hostage. The newest one, his name is Tony Kim. He's a former professor, and he's involved in aid and relief programs in North Korea. Now, apparently, the whole Carl Vinson fleet is heading to the region. South Korea. One submarine has a nuke on it with a Tomahawk missile. There's another carrier with 150 Tomahawk missiles. Russia and China are gathering along their borders in North Korea to get ready for refugees and whatever could be concerning North Korea. Yesterday was doing some fire drills as far as we know and what they're telling us, while the nuclear sub is pulling in there. And I guess my response is why can't South Korea and China kind of handle it themselves? You know that China can handle it themselves. Why do we need to get involved? Why can't they just figure this shit out? And personally, I think that if they do get a nuke, the first thing that they're going to do, they're not going to nuke us. They're going to nuke South Korea or Japan.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, there could be speculation or conjecture, but the thing is like, I think from what I've heard, at least on the news, is that he's appealed to China to get involved.
China, at least from the official releases I've seen, at least official as far as the assumption that we are not brainwashed the way that North Korea is that China's a little bit pissy with North Korea right now, and they might be the first to snuff things out because nuclear war right near them is probably not a good idea for them.
Right.
The fallout of a nuke over North Korea would most certainly drift into China, and it would be bad. So
they're saying that the next test, whether it be more missile tests, which they're firing off of the South China Sea, or the 6th nuclear test, and a lot of people have been using this phrase, point of no return. And I mean, if this guy does something stupid, he's going to get a nuclear bomb dropped on his fucking head. Kurt, what do you think? Is all this circus, semantic, smoke and mirror show?
It's a circus, yeah. It's about the petrodollar. It's not about Kim Jong-un. Not at all. They're trying to make it about him, so the U.S. can seem like the good guys when they start the nuclear war. That's not what it's about. It's about the value of the dollar going down the toilet because I have agreed trade dollars. That's completely what this is about. So you're gonna see the U.S. go into North Korea. I have no doubt. If they back out now, Trump will look like a fool. They'll look weak, and it won't accomplish anything. They're trying to draw China and Russia into World War III through North Korea.
You're saying that? Well, I mean, is this Trump or is it the World Banks?
It's whoever's controlling Trump. You can call him whoever you want. Zionists, banks,
Storefront.
Who's the ones pulling up at strings? Trump, unless Trump's been in and on it all along, I don't know. But the guy I saw campaigning was non-interventionist.
Yeah, that's what I thought. America First was supposed to be, but then you know,
seems like we got Hillary Clinton light.
Yeah, I think most of it is derived from a perceived sense of jealousy. Well, yeah, it's I can't believe it's not Clinton. And
It is Clinton. It is Clinton. I mean, the differences between the two are I don't even know. They probably both have pieces.
My big roasts on Clinton during the campaign was her proposed no-fly zone over Syria, which would be a declaration of war in Syria. And what's Trump done? Same shit.
Same thing in North Korea.
But I think it really does boil down to what we were talking about, which is hair envy. He's just jealous of that sick ass fade.
I was done with the blowtorch and the axe. Anyways, so
I think this whole situation is going to blow up, and probably within the next week.
But you don't believe that Kim Jong Un
now
is a crazy guy who is, if he gets a nuke, he's going to use it? You don't think that's a possibility also?
Now, Kurt, are you on?
It's possible, but North Korea hasn't attacked anyone in how many years? I mean, it's all theater. It's all theater to justify a reason to attack North Korea. North Korea
why
is
would
not
they be doing all of these tests and nuclear tests and seems like they're always gearing up for something. This guy's making threats.
Well, no, is Korea a sovereign nation? That's the question you have to ask yourself, because if they're a sovereign nation, they have the right to do whatever the fuck they want on their soil.
Yeah, then the U.S. just do an ICBM test a few hours ago. How come they can do it and North Korea can't?
Who did?
United States. Hours ago, they shot off a test intercontinental ballistic missile.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the name of the country,
but they tested one.
The United States.
United States.
The United States.
United States shot one off.
I know, but we're not. Well, we're not threatening anyone. I guess we are.
We are.
Oh,
that's exactly what that.
But we don't have a crazy dictator in office.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
That's exactly what our pre-show was talking about, though. That
is break through the propaganda.
Was.
We have the power to not be blown up and the power to blow the shit out of everyone else.
You have that. Supposedly.
Yeah. So, Kurt.
Yeah.
You threw out a number. You said within a week. So, you willing to put on that?
Willing to put what?
Alex?
A $5.
$5?
Yeah, I need beer money.
All right, I'll bet you $5.
Okay.
Yay! Sent via Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'll open I got my Bitcoin wallet back.
Well, that was lovely. Now let's go to where I think some really fucked up shit's going on. Well, I mean, in closing, North Korea, there could be that could set the stage for a World War III potentially.
Mm-hmm. It will. Russia and China are not going to put up with the U.S. moving all these weapons into North Korea right by their borders.
But
not going to happen.
Well, they could always intervene before we do, though.
I've seen Russia be more concerned about Syria than they are North Korea.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to see China moving to North Korea if the bombs start flying. They're going to move in and claim it. Watch.
Good, let them. I don't even know why they're over there.
You don't think that the U.S. bolstered troops in South Korea might not? Well, I don't know how that advance would go. You got to think that North Korea has reinforced and entrenched themselves along that parallel. So
things could get ugly. They have what, 1.3 million troops and
mines
nuclear weapons. Oh yeah, things could get real ugly. You could see like the U.S. blaming things that happen on China too. You watch. U.S. military bases out there get nuked, and they'll blame it on China helping North Korea. I could see something like that happen.
And I'm fairly
to get into World War III.
It's already irradiated, so that's just a losing battle, no matter what. We don't want that. Still.
The U.S. is backed into a major corner right now. That's why they're going to start World War III. I'm convinced, because they can't let
how are we backed into a corner?
Because of the agreement with Russia and China to conduct all trade in non-U.S. dollars, including the sale of oil. That's going to drop the value of the dollar at least by half, maybe more, very soon.
Yeah, that was
the
funny.
U.S. lets it go.
And that Trump was saying that China is a currency manipulator, and then he started backtracking, saying that they weren't. So maybe because it would look too obvious if that's why, if he kept on talking shit about China.
Yeah, you're gonna see the U.S. started, but it won't be. It'll be portrayed as the U.S. as the good guy, but they'll be the ones starting it. You watch.
Well, I'll be.
North Korea
row seats, buddy.
And then you'll probably see the media saying China helped North Korea, some bullshit like that, and then Russia will jump in.
All right, whoever is gonna spin it, how they spin it. I'm just asking you guys as individuals, as men. Like, what's your own personal take on it? Like, how would you handle this? Shit goes off. Is your passports ready? Are you trying to leave soil? Are you trying to move inland? What's your plan, bro?
I'm fucked.
I'm already out.
Yeah,
I'm
heard
fucked.
that a long time ago. Good move. I'll be looking at the sky saying, "God damn it, Kurt was right."
Travis, I'm sure you could get out. You could get out. I'm totally fucked.
I'm in Bakersfield. There ain't shit around here.
Exactly. I am
Bakersfield
smack
is safe,
dab.
bro.
I am smack
But the
dab.
thing is, if they nuke Los Angeles, which would be the first target, if they nuke Los Angeles, which would be the first target, the fallout, all the wind blows right over here. That's why we have pollution here. And we're surrounded by mountains, and all the pollution gets stuck. That's why the air quality sucks around here.
Think about it. I'm right between San Francisco and the capital of California. I am between the state capital and one of the largest cities, and I'm right between the two. I'm fucked.
God damn. God damn it.
All right.
Holy shit, bro.
Probably.
I
don't know, man.
If North Korea is going to send nukes to the U.S., they're probably going to nuke California.
Best case scenario.
Yeah.
I get a warning ahead of time.
Though. I think if they're really as crazy as they say they are, they're gonna take the path of least resistance and nuke Japan or Seoul.
I can get good sound.
Probably, but if they nuke the U.S. somehow with a submarine or whatever means they have, probably Hawaii's number one most likely, and then California number two.
Yeah, I mean, only way I see that happening is like a kamikaze or so. I mean, they don't have the technology.
I don't know about that. We don't know.
I never believed that they did until they started shooting off the missiles.
All we have is what
sure
the U.S. military and the mainstream media tell us.
Huh.
Well, yeah, general knowledge, or but we live in the age of information. Just like Travis found them tunnels, we can find some shit. We know what's up.
I found those tunnels on a UK website because I tried to find other than U.S. It was the Telegraph, actually. I found the pictures of the tunnels in Afghanistan.
The Telegraph? Oh, that's a Polish
Is that not a reliable publication?
No.
There's no, there's not a more reliable publication.
That is the Inquirer. That's the Inquirer, dude.
Is it really?
I want to state my resources. Oh, National Enquirer said.
I get all my information from McMaster himself, so I don't do a bunch of reading.
I'm gonna go to university and use That's like using like in a legitimate scientific study using a Huffington Post article.
The Onion. The Onion.
The Onion. Or my
Onion.
new favorite news publication is definitely Totally Not Fake News.
Totally not fake news.com.
Have you not seen
need it.
have you not seen that? TNFN.
No, I haven't seen it.
TNFN, great news source. Love it.
Sounds reliable.
I literally thought you just made that shit up off the top, bro. I
Nah.
swear to God.
Google it, dude.
Holy shit.
And someone needs to make a TFN.
There's someone in one of my groups that does fake headlines, and people still fall for this shit. And it even says in it, Taylor Kennedy's fake headlines. It says fake in the name, and people still don't.
They don't read the headline.
Wow.
Well, we are about out of time for this episode.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
We've,
can't wait, man. I ruined the whole shit.
We've got upwards of a half hour left. Sorry.
I mean, who's watching the clock anyways? I mean, honestly, we're just talking.
Well, I'd like to keep them around an hour.
All right. Well,
You want to do another one?
yeah, let's reconvene.
I think in closing for this episode, we should just go over some stuff for the audience to look at. I advise anyone who watches this to go look up Mexican cartel snuff videos.
Whoa.
The reason being is it's nice to desensitize yourself to that
Whoever's
shit.
watching this, I advise you to go look up Mexican.
You know what those are useful for? Is if you compare them to the fake ISIS beheading videos.
Yeah, if you see what a real beheading looks like versus a fake one.
Once you see a real one, you can tell that all the ISIS ones are fake.
Like you see a dude having his neck cut off with a Bowie knife, and he's just he's screaming and it's gurgling through his neck hole.
Yep.
It looks just like a duck.
Watch one of those and then go watch one of the ISIS beheading videos. It's a joke.
It's like Faces of Death.
First ones that came out, and that shit looked pretty real. You know, I was like, all right, I'm not watching any of these. I don't know if it was ISIS. It was that one reporter guy, David or whatever. It was a long time
They're
ago.
all fake.
They are watching head.
I don't know, man. That shit looked pretty real to me.
Not even one of them shows the actual beheading. None of them. Zero. They show you the before and the after.
I know. I watched.
What is the significance behind taking someone's head? I know what it is. Taking someone's scalp. You take someone's crown.
Significance? The media can portray it up as a bigger event. More people pay attention. That's
It's
all.
a scary way to die. You're conscious for upwards of 30 seconds afterwards.
Man, it does provide shock value in a very desensitized. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think it still gets people going. It rounds people up to action because you see that very jarring just image.
Well,
and you're like, okay.
The other things that I think are very important right now is if you're interested in being on the cast, let us know. But also, I think it's important that a lot of people start using better news sources. If you're only using American news sources and you're not cross-referencing internationally with where you're getting your media, there's a very good chance you've got a very biased bit of information.
And if your only news source is Occupy Democrats, just get off social media altogether.
Yeah, everyone knows PolitiFact is left leaning. It's a leftist news site, and even PolitiFact says that Occupy Democrats is fake. So
who doesn't have a goddamn agenda?
You're fake news.
I mean, honestly,
when PolitiFact calls you out on being fake on the left, you done goofed.
You done trumped yourself.
Hey.
Do not look up split face unless you've got a strong stomach too, because I mentioned that earlier as well. I think that's about it for PSAs. Look up some Mexican cartel snuff. Don't look up split face, and start looking at international media.
No, I think we should do another one where we go over beheading videos, and then we'll pause it, and then we'll break it down.
Yeah, that should be.
Dude, I got a couple of
Oh.
shows. Faces of Death. I got it on VHS, bro.
Yeah, there was no fake news
the other
back then.
thing-
Well, there might have been, but not on the VHS recorder.
And
There's no Photoshop.
very important. I will lose all respect for you if you think Bill Nye the Tumbler guy is a good show.
Bill Nye is coming back, bro. Let him like in a real
He
way.
isn't.
Oh, no,
Like
stop. You gotta stop,
No,
right,
he isn't.
stop right now.
No, he isn't. You shut up. Shut up. Shut your whore mouth.
It's happening. Be ready.
His show is.
He's
fucking
gonna be the main
terrible.
correspondent. He's gonna be the main correspondent for anything science related from here till Futurama days.
Look, he's good on Star Talk. I listened to that show. It's a rapid fire show where he doesn't know where he's going to be asked questions, and it's a lot of science stuff, and he does very well. Other than that, I'm not a fan of anything that he's doing right now.
You can't say you wasn't wowed by Bill Nye as a child.
Oh, I love Bill Nye the
but
Science Guy, the show as a kid.
As a child, Bill Nye said that
As a child.
a lot of money later, he says gender is like sex. It's on a spectrum. The fuck?
Science. Gender is a spectrum? Is that what he said?
Yes.
Quote unquote.
Did you not see that show? Have you seen his new
No,
show?
I'll talk with him about it.
I'm just
Don't need to do
I'm
that.
just talking. I'm not watching Bill Nye. I'm 35.
Send him a link to that. Send him a
Okay.
link to the pantsuit video as well, just so you can do some.
Me and Tim have made a lot of things together, so
Oh, it's
I'm
bad.
going to get a kick out of it.
It's so bad.
Hells yeah, I got some good watch for tonight. And I'm definitely looking up Face Splitter, even though you said not to.
Split face. Split face.
Oh, whatever.
It's just this kid in Beirut jumping off a pier, and his face is split perfectly, and he's still alive like the next
I've
day in the
seen that
hospital.
one. It's pretty brutal.
He turned the entire fucking the whole pier water area red with all of his blood. It's fucking sick. And his tongue's all flopping around and shit too.
Sick,
pretty
bro.
good.
They're
That's pretty good.
the doctors are just manipulating his face.
Yeah. I wanna
All right,
like
well, that will be episode 53. Please go to all social media platforms. Go and subscribe and rate and review on iTunes and Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Mercury's Cast. We could use a like and a little support from the show. And if you leave a review, then we will mail you some free candy. How
and
about
frozen grapes.
I'll take it out of the 5 that Kurt's gonna owe me.
that? Okay. We are Mercury's Cast. Everyone else, step your game up.